What's going on, people? I am Adam Mckola. This is Stretford, Paddock. Manchester United have beaten West Bromwich Albion 1-0. Bruno Fernandes with the goal, or as Twitter likes to call him, Bruno Fernandes. He took the first one. He missed it like in Paris, but the second one made sure that one went in. And I was worried for that second one because Sam Johnstone put in a man-of-the-match performance today with absolutely fantastic saves from Anthony Martial, from Marcus Rashford, and then from Bruno Fernandes from that penalty spot as well. And today it was a case of Manchester United not only boring the death or boring the life out of Manchester United fans, but also missing chance after chance after chance. And we need to start taking our chances. If we played against a team that were better than West Bromwich Albion today, we don't come out of this game with 3 points under our belts. I'm pretty sure about that. Now, you can say we've just come from an international break. You know, some players would have been travelling in late. You know, we've had a disjointed training session during the week because some of the players have been missing. But after the season and the start to the season that you have had, you're running out of excuse. You're running out of credit in the bank. And we really wanted to see a performance from Manchester United today. We didn't get that performance. Now I feel Martial takes his chance in the first half. Rashford takes his chance in the second half. Cavani maybe takes one of his. We're looking at this game a little bit differently, talking about a comfortable Manchester United win. But it was a frustrating performance. We got the 3 points, but we were breathing a huge sigh of relief after that game rather than thinking, all right, we won 1-0, but it was a good performance, you know what I mean? And I just think, I don't think this win builds confidence for us. I really don't. Yes, we kept a clean sheet, but I feel like we were just getting over the line. And the goal came from a penalty. United haven't scored from open play in the last 4 home Premier League games. That is not good enough. Our last 2 goals at home in the Premier League have come from Bruno Fernandes' spot kicks. That's not good enough. Now, obviously, you're not helped when Anthony Martial gets sent off and he misses the last couple of games in the Premier League. But also, you know, today he showed himself that he's going through a tough patch of form. Missed a great chance today. You could argue it was a great save by Sam Johnstone because he did all he had to do, Anthony Martial, in terms of getting his head over it, getting it down and getting it towards the corner. But Sam Johnstone kept it out. You expect your striker to take those chances. And, you know, he weren't the only one to miss chances today, but you can tell he's going through it at the minute. He needs a goal to get him going again. Now, he has had a couple this season, but they've been in the Champions League and his season's been stop-start due to that suspension. So we do need Anthony Martial to start scoring. And maybe what you could do with that is, because we've got the luxury of having Edinson Cavani now, you could maybe play Edinson Cavani against Istanbul Besiktas here. Either drop Anthony Martial to the bench or just push him out to the left on the wide area where Marcus Rashford plays and drop Marcus Rashford to the bench, who looked like he was a little bit injured or just not quite at the races today. You could easily do that. Get Cavani, you know, to put that pressure on Martial. Hope Martial scores where playing out wide or coming off the bench or whatever, and getting that pressure off him before he then goes back through the middle. I don't know. He's obviously going through a difficult time at the moment, though. But I genuinely feel like his all-round performances haven't been that bad. It's just taking your chances. Now, he's usually very, very good at that, but he's suffered this season. So Martial's start to the season hasn't been great. The luxury here is, though, unlike last season where we didn't have anybody, you have Cavani there, a supreme striker, okay, 33 years old, not getting any younger. But he's someone that can put pressure on these players to bring better performances out of them. And also maybe step up when they're not in their best form. Now, some people have asked, are you worried by Anthony Martial's form? I'm not worried by it at all because, okay, I don't think his performance was great today. But I think generally his all-round performances have been okay in the games where he hasn't scored. And he obviously had a few goals in the Champions League. I just think, you know, maybe the suspension in the Premier League, the fixtures that we've had, you know, he hasn't got off to a good start. He needs that. And maybe if you start Cavani in his position next game, even if Martial does start or not, you put that pressure on him to perform. But I didn't think he was the only one to have a bad game today. I thought Marcus Rashford, very, very quiet, didn't take his chances. He had a great chance as well. Sam Johnstone pulls a worldy save out of the bag, but you're still looking at your striker at that point. It's like the Martial one. You've got to take your chances. Now, if Rashford is injured, there you go. Push Martial out to the left. Put Cavani through the middle. Give Cavani a chance. Because when Cavani came on, You know, his movement is killer. His movement is killer. And if he can bring that to the team, not only does he create chances and space for himself, but he'll also bring chances and spaces for those other players. And I think even Martial's performance improved when Cavani came onto the pitch as well, which was good. On the right-hand side, Juan Mata started today. And apart from the first half where he made some very good runs in behind, they were the kind of runs that Marcus Rashford should have been making. I don't think Juan Mata did enough today. Now, I do think these are the kind of games probably where you start Juan Mata. But today, he didn't have the best of games. In the midfield area, and obviously you have Bruno Fernandes, who created 6 chances today, which on the face of it looks fantastic. You win the game 2-3-0. Bruno comes out with a penalty and an assist, and he's your man of the match probably. But I do see something in Bruno where he's getting frustrated. He's trying to be the main man in the team rather than a team player. Now, you want to see him taking chances, trying to create goals, trying to score goals. And obviously, we've won today due to his penalty. He missed the first one, though. And I was worried for him in terms of the second one. Now, I'm not worried by his form, but I'm worried that he's maybe taking, or he feels like he's taking the weight of this team on his shoulders. And it's maybe affecting his own performances a little bit. I just want to see him relax a little bit more, get on the ball and play his football rather than... He seems very moany and agitated at the moment. Now, I can understand that because we're moany and agitated watching United. But sometimes, especially in the position you're playing in, you need a little bit of clarity. And you look at that penalty you give away, which was rightly overturned by a VAR. But if you look at that penalty that Bruno gave away, it's because he's rushing into an area where he doesn't really need to be rushing into. Again, he's taking the responsibility on himself, which is great. But sometimes that can bring mistakes. And I think it did in that instance. Now, the penalty was rightly overturned, but you're still a little bit worried if there's no VAR. It's a penalty to West Brom and they go ahead in that point. So, you know, Bruno's performances, he's getting agitated. But I want to see you playing with a little bit more clarity because we know how much of a good baller he is. And even today, when he arguably didn't have a great game, he still created, 4, 5, 6 chances. So Bruno needs to see more from him. But still, he was our best player today on the day. Further back in there, I thought Matic had a poor game. I thought Fred did okay at times, but again, poor. No McTominay, who came on as a sub, Pogba, Donny van der Beek. I think you could all argue that they should be starting the next game. Obviously, it depends on Pogba's fitness, who missed the game through injury today. But it all depends on fitness for them. But I don't think Matic and Fred said, I have to start the next game. Do you know what I mean? The luxury there is we do have the options in the midfield area. I wouldn't have minded seeing Donny van der Beek maybe playing in the Mata position. Because much like Mata, he's a great reader of the game. He'll drift in positions in between the lines and occupy spaces that make it difficult for defenders and midfielders to pick him up. And even though the right position maybe is out of position, we know what Bruno's like. He likes to move around. And if you bring in that rotation and the intelligence of Donny van der Beek, maybe it would have worked a little bit in that position. Maybe it's something to Ollie to think about. But I'm not happy with this 4-2-3-1. I don't think it's particularly or necessarily defensive. You don't have to play defensively with 2 defensive mind midfielders. You can still get that right player 6 and an 8 in there. Let one have a little bit more freedom and the Matic in this instance sit a little bit and protect. But we didn't do that today. And I just feel it's giving something. We used to moan about it under Jose Mourinho. So, with all due respect, we can moan about it now. And I just feel that's kind of giving something to the opposition. I'd love when Pogba's back or, even when Donny's introduced to the team to just play one. Now, the problem for us is Matic is the one who is more suited to that role as the one in midfield, but he's no younger. You know what I mean? He's getting older. He's not able to play week in, week out. McTominay and Fred, I think McTominay is going to give you energy. He's going to give you tackles. He's going to give you, that enthusiasm and, he can do all those things, but I don't think he's got the intelligence, necessarily the footballing intelligence to play in that position. And Fred is very similar in that sense. He can do some good things and, but he has to play in a 2. And that's the problem for United at the moment. We haven't got that out-and-out holding midfielder that can sit there and do the job on his own and protect that midfield, which would then allow you to maybe play Fred further afield or play Donny van der Beek with Bruno or Pogba with Bruno. And at the moment, we ain't able to do that. So I would like to see that change. As for the defence today, We got a clean sheet, which is obviously great. Another clean sheet under their belts, which will help boost their confidence. You know, Maguire and Lindelof. Maguire wins all of his aerial duels. I feel like he should be getting a lot more goals as well. He had a chance today. Obviously scored for England during the week. I want to see him getting more goals for Manchester United. Got that goal against Newcastle. Let's see him get more. But again, it's those threats from set pieces. We're only threatening from set pieces at the moment. And we need to be creating more open opportunities. Because when you think about it today, Martial's shot in the first half. Rashford's in the second. I can't think of a whole host of clear-cut opportunities that Manchester United had that weren't from set pieces. And that's a problem for a team with the quality that we have. Because our team isn't bad. Our team's pretty good, to be totally honest with you. And I'd argue our team's probably in the best shape it's been in since Sir Alex left. So we need to be expecting better football. Now, look, today we did win. We got the 3 points. And we're sitting above Manchester City, Wolves, Arsenal. You know, some decent teams in the league. But the season still hasn't been a great start. We do need to start ticking, though, now. We do need to start clicking into gear. Now, hopefully, this was a result that you kind of take after an international break. But given what's gone before it this season, it doesn't fill Manchester United fans with hope that this was just because of the international break. We kind of feel like this is Manchester United at the moment. We never know what to expect in terms of performance, in terms of result. We can beat anybody, but we can also be beaten by anybody. And that's a problem because we need consistency. And in this kind of year where anyone can win the league, you want to see us doing a little bit better. Now, like I said, today we won. But against a better team, I don't think we do. So we need to step it up, step those levels up even more. We got Istanbul midweek. And like I said, I'd start Cavani in that game. Maybe drop Martial to the left or to the bench. And let's put a rocket up him. Because he'll react to it. He will. I'm not worried by his performance. But we need goals and we need competition. And the only way to encourage healthy competition is when you're not performing, you're gonna sit out a little bit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not overly concerned. I think it's something that happens to all strikers, but we need him to come out of it pretty soon. And I don't think that was the reason we performed this way today. I think you look at the two holding midfielders, that has to change. And I think the way we're playing football at the moment, we're not creating enough chances for a team of our stature against a team like West Brom today. Should have been creating a whole host more. So a lot more to come from Manchester United, and hopefully it comes soon, because if we continue with performances like this, you can't imagine it's going to get any easier between now and the end of the season. So we do need to start picking it up. But delighted with the win today, just not with the performance. And I kind of wanted both. Maybe I'm just being greedy, but kind of, come to expect that from United. Anyway, let us know what you thought in the comments below. Make sure you like and comment and sharing, subscribing and all that jazz. We got Steve's review coming up. We got a few other things coming up. 7 reasons coming up for you tomorrow as well. So make sure you're keeping it locked. And like I said, Tuesday, we've got the watch along for Istanbul Besiktas. So between now and then, we'll have the preview out and all that stuff. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Like, comment, share and subscribe. United have won 1-0. Some might say that's a league winning type performance.